hear Sandstorm, and Sir Big Spur starts getting those claws sharpened. Williams-Brice Stadium comes alive in support of their South Carolina Gamecocks. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Florida Gators taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So the South Carolina Gamecocks offense will start this game off. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Yeah, receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. That swagger sets the tone for this offense, and Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses, too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
A strike downfield. Lowers those pads. He's off to the races. Touchdown Gamecocks. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Man, you want to make a statement early in a game. Your first offensive possession, you go 75 yards for the touchdown. Their opponent right now is literally in shock and awe. They're in disbelief. They don't even know what hit them.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Florida's offense will try to... This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going.
It's two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going. Day. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Pressure coming. He fires it out to the right. And that pass picked off. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Got it behind the line, it's Jacobs. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Gamecocks will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on this.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from and fires complete. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The Gators with the 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Lagway. Makes the catch. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. And the Gators trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll go to the ground. Pulled down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success?
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. To the ground with the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And the Gamecocks in the hurry up. They'll run it. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Skips away from pressure. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Bringing it back, it's Daniels. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop, and now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now, guys. Of course, we're only in the first quarter. This guy's already thrown 1 pick. He should have thrown his 2nd right there.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He wants to throw it again. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Gators decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock him up close to their goal line. Gets it out of the air for the first time today, and didn't see much of him. That loss a week ago, called on just once.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Looking for a gap. It's Daniels. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. The Gators have their offense in high gear. They'll run it from the gun.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He'll run it again. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Now, I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gators. PAT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. Defense dropping into soft coverage. They'll try to get it through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. The Gators sending the offense back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Pocket starts to collapse. Finds his tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
On 4th down, going to the air. Got it past the marker. And the Gators pick up the 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Across the 35. And it is a chunk. Huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida. Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll try to run for it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. A fair catch is made right at the 50. Great field position for the offense. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. And they got it.
The defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. That's caught. It's Daniels. And the defense drags him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Gamecocks will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game. And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Looking left. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Fires into the end zone. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. At the 30. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Thought he had the huge play with the interception. Instead, nabbed for PI. and it'll be first down for this offense. The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He looks that one in nicely. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. Let's see if the offense can overcome it. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. It's complete. Touchdown Gators! A great catch and run for 6. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Fires to the middle. What a snag by the defense. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great stuff.
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Looking for blockers. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll throw it on first down. Coming after it. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Makes a catch and knocked down.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Gators will line up to punt it away. This will be the second. Fair catch called for and made. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Zings it complete to the right. At midfield, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Now they'll try the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Got some room to run. Touchdown Gators! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the guy who caught that and returned it for the touchdown. But how about the pressure on the quarterback? You got to get ways to be physical with him and make him uncomfortable. Nice job hitting him as he's throwing with the football. And then, obviously, the interception and 6 points.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still so.
Can anyone catch him? He's at the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Got a man, it's Hunt. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. And the Gamecocks are in the red zone. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. The Gamecocks are on the move. Scanning the field, it's Sellers. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Gamecocks. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was... on in this one, and David, to me that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. The running back has it. At the 45 on his way. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a 1st down. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. They're getting this guy lathered up. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Caught close to the marker, it's Wilson. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains, it's first down at the 27. New set of downs after that completion. Finds his target down the middle. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. The freshman just a little too much on that.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just...
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Florida, 49. South Carolina, 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Still on his feet at the 45. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Finds his man. It's Harbor. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Gamecocks have moved it inside the 20. Leaves it with the back. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And Reese, this is the part of the field where the tight ends become such a big part, right? The big size. I'm going to isolate these guys, find a way to get good matchups. You can tell they did it there, and the result, 6 points.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
South Carolina, 21.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Gators sending the offense back to work. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On second down, just keeps firing. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. Final play of the quarter coming. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll try the right side. He's dropped behind the line of... loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming.
Snags it inside the 20. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Touchdown Gators! And the route is on. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Right down the middle. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT.
And the pass is intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Offense set on first down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He's got an open man. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on first and 10. He wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Jacobs. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Comes out throwing on first down. Complete to the right. Makes a grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. The game line getting set on second down. Trying play action. He'll get rid of it. He makes a grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Snags it. Bounced off his feet.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They weren't able to move them an inch on second down. Now it's third and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Probably probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Gators will send out the punt unit. He'll call for the fair catch here. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll throw it on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Harbor. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They keep attacking through the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He wants to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Fires to the middle. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. You got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bennett. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. They're trying. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't. In the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Lets it fly. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. It won't matter much in the outcome, but a little extra stat padding is nice.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to find it.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. They'll try to get the first through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Quick completion on the out. At the 35, he's got room. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And here we go, final play of the game right here. He's looking to throw it. Going for it all. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over.